Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal Bay and today we're going to be discussing a bit of a heavier topic. We're going to be talking about different seasons of struggle. We're going to be talking about spiritual warfare, and I'm going to be sharing some of my experience with this, and hopefully that can shed a light on some things and help someone out there that may be going through this. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I felt that this was an important video to make because a lot of the time on social media we see people, obviously presenting the best versions of themselves. It's very presentational, it's very staged, and like I said in my very first video, this channel is not going to be anything presentational. It's going to be a very authentic look into my day-to-day life, hobbies and habits, and the things that I'm going through. Even though obviously I'm just me, I'm just one person, and the things that I'm going through are very unique to me, there are a lot of universal things that with just the sharing of stories, I believe that we can, break the strongholds of some of those things. So, obviously we are in the month of October, and October has been a pretty difficult month for me for the past 5 years that I've been sort of cognitively aware of it, and maybe longer on a subconscious level. But I've noticed every year in October I go through such a slump. I just become very semi-depressed, if not fully depressed. I become very withdrawn. If you can hear that, that's my neighbor's dog. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. But like I was saying, I become very withdrawn. I become very unmotivated. I become very lethargic. My sleep schedule is off. I just lay in the bed longer than I usually do. And I live a very structured life, a very structured and organized lifestyle. So that's something that's sort of unusual for me. I have a lack of enthusiasm about things and yada yada whatever. Just the classic symptoms of, depression. What has happened over these past 5 years is that I've become aware of it, and I've become aware of it as a pattern. And I think it's also important to point out that something significant also always happens in the month of October for me. For instance, last year I got married in the month of October. So, coincidence? I think not. But anyway, I bring that up because I think it's easy to sort of write off certain slumps that we get into as, oh, well, maybe I'm just overwhelmed because I have like this significant thing that's going on, stressed about this, or, whatever. It's easy to attach what we're feeling to tangible things, right? And while there is value and truth to that, there are more supernatural things that go on that affect us than we realize, and that sometimes we would like to admit. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. And essentially what a principality is a kingdom. And there are kingdoms of darkness, just like there are kingdoms of light. The kingdom of light. And I think the Bible tells us this because a lot of the times we place a lot of attention on flesh and blood type of things, the things that we can see, the things that have a more logical cause and effect. But we need to really pay attention to those spiritual things as well. It wasn't until last year that I realized, or that God revealed to me rather, that the reason why I was struggling so much in the month of October was because of Halloween. I was a person that loved Halloween. A part of me still really does love Halloween. So there really is such an internal struggle between me, the person who loves to dress up, and it goes back to me being an actor, I think. Like, I love to dress up and I love to embody different things and different characters, and Halloween is such an opportune time to do that. You have so much fun, like getting into the character, dressing up, and getting free candy. Like, who doesn't love all of that stuff? But we also have to realize that with Halloween comes the only time where essentially, I'm not going to mince words about it, where essentially we flirt with the devil. We dress up as ghouls, goblins, witches, gargoyles, very demonic things. But in the spiritual realm, that is a very serious thing. Because if you're dressing up as unclean spirits, if you're dressing up as literal demons and witches and devils and like dabbling in witchcraft, and like some people do like the whole Ouija board thing, the very real demonic forces of this universe see that. And that is an invitation for them to come into your life. And I know this sounds like very serious and very like, whoa, like we're getting real deep, but it's true. It really is true. I was all here for the spooky season. I was here for the spooky season. I would be really into it. Like I said, I would dress up and yada, whatever. But last year, like around the summer of last year, basically God was warning me to be careful what you parade as. And he brought up especially regarding Halloween. And this was in June of last year, so nowhere near fall, nowhere near Halloween time. So I thought it was very random, but you know, I took it very seriously, obviously. And what he told me was that there is real danger in masquerading as witches and devils because it gives them access. When you see different clips and videos on the internet of like paranormal activity, or like people telling accounts of like feeling certain energies in their homes and like being touched by certain things, that is extremely real. That is extremely real. And you really have to be careful with what you invite into your life. So back to my story. So, like I said, I would just get really down during the month of October, and God really just put it cut and dried to me last year, and he told me do not celebrate Halloween, to stay in the house and pray. And that's what he literally told me. And so I was watching everybody go out and live their best lives and like go to the movies, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna just be in the house. And I was sort of like had mixed feelings about it, but honestly, I really didn't mind too much because last year was the best October experience that I've had in a while. Like, I was completely normal. I was not depressed. I was not, you know, downward spiraling, and it was a great time. So I really wasn't pressed. I was really glad that I was obedient, and especially because I got married last year in October. Like, that's just not something that I want to be playing with. Whatever. I also realized that I was just very sensitive spiritually in the month of October because not only was I celebrating it, the entire world was celebrating it. So when the entire world, or you know, a majority of the population, a significant portion of the population is indulging in something like that, there is a very real heightened level of spiritual activity that's going on, specifically in the month of October. Because like I said, it's the only time when people really dress up as demons and stuff. And I think that that's definitely a part of the reason why I would always find myself in such a slump in the month of October. The past month leading up to this month, I've been in a season of consecration. That's part of the reason why I went vegetarian, to just really focus in on physical discipline and adding in more spiritual discipline. Prayer has been a huge thing for me. Y'all, I am being so honest with my prayer life. It's ridiculous. And I think that one thing that we do is that we sometimes get in a place of self-deception. Of like, we can be feeling something, but we have become so unused to I'll speak for me. I've become so unused to labeling my feelings, and specifically what I was feeling. Like, I feel like I'm in a season of becoming a toddler again and like explaining to myself, okay, this is a big feeling. Let's try to name this feeling. Like, what are we like? What exactly are we feeling? And being honest with myself about what exactly it is I am feeling, so that I can present that to God, who is the author of my feelings, and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling. I don't understand it. Help me work through this season. And I don't really think that you can get the help that you need, whether it be spiritual work, whether you're seeing a counselor, which I highly recommend as well. You can't really get the help that you need if you aren't honest with yourself about what you need or what it is that you're feeling. So that has been a huge thing for me. Praying over my home, especially. Guys, please pray over your houses. Pray over your homes. It's very necessary. Counting my blessings, talking to people, just having grace with myself when I don't feel motivated or don't feel like doing something. I'm not really in a space where I'm gonna push myself past what I feel like I can do. And that's a part of that whole honesty thing, being honest with yourself. If you just need a moment to or if you just need a day, a couple hours, whatever the case may be, to not do anything, relax, do things that make you happy, bring you joy, get in the presence of God, pray, listen to music, watch TV, and let those responsibilities go for a couple hours or for the day. Do that. Do it. Do it. You have to be gracious with yourself to do those sorts of things. So that's really all I could do, is share my experiences with you guys. I hope that in some way that this is helpful if you are someone who has noticed a pattern of certain slumps in your life or certain seasons of struggle or anything like that. Just be really mindful of those things. Especially if it's on like a habitual clock every year at a certain time of year, there could be something more. There could be something more. There could be something deeper, because spiritual warfare is a very real thing. I just felt it in my heart that I needed to make this video, so I hope that it does serve somebody out there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. And thank you for watching. I'll have something more lighthearted next week. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.